It's been a hot minute, but we're back. So, welcome to another thrilling episode of Gins Before Friends. I am Queen MG, and I am with my forever Swift, per usual, Mockingbird,
Hello, everyone.
and Morbid Plum.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about everything blood mood. So, grab a snack, buckle in, and get ready for some fun times. So, first of all, what is the blood moon? Well, it's been here for a couple years. There's been some changes. It got a little bit of a facelift, whether it's good or not, to be determined. But essentially, for the blood moon, four of the seven generators have turned into blood generators, and the little survivors got to run around, find the blood pumps, fill up the generators to escape, per usual. There's some fun prizes. There's some really sucky blood point offerings, but that's essentially what it is. It's just the blood generators. You get to carry around a blood can. When you run, the blood falls out, it leaves a blood trail. So that's the basics. But there have been some differences in regards to this one where I feel like behavior thought they might have quote unquote fixed some of the issues from previous years. I'm not sure if that really happened or not. But let's talk about what's new for this blood moon. So it started on March 26th, is going to April 16th. They have updated the killer powers support, where the killer's power now interacts with the blood generators. If you guys remember from past years, the powers slash certain perks like Ruin didn't interact with the blood generators. That's changed. They have also made it to where the blood pumps can only be used by one survivor at a time. And of course, I mentioned the blood cans. Something they did a lot better is you can now hold a blood can, you can now hold survivor items and killer rated items all at the same time. So it's not just like having one. That's what has changed. And we do have some pretty good goodies that they have given us so far this year. We have a pretty awesome spirit outfit. We have an amazing Aurella outfit. And we also have in the shop, they had a Blight, they had an adorable Sable outfit, and then Jake Park got an outfit, and Deathslinger, I believe, got a skin as well.
This is pretty gnarly.
He's kind of all carved up. It
Very
looks
grotesque.
really cool. Jake's is Sable's, you actually see her face. So if you're a Sable main, it's really nice to be able to see her face. I always wonder how she can run with, hair in her
Yeah,
face.
right?
Um, and Blight's is all right. I think the only reason I'm not happy about Blight right now is we've had several matches already today where we were tunneled by a Blight, so I'm just over him. And
Agreed.
yeah, agreed.
Like I don't
Oh my
like. Can
God.
we not? Let's give another killer
Yeah,
cosmetic so people will play that killer,
yeah,
not Blight.
yeah. Like the one I main, Lady Voldemort. Give her
Mm-hmm.
some cosmetics. We'd
She has
love
a
to
blood.
see her.
No, sorry, that's a lunar. She has a lunar.
Yeah, she's got a lunar.
Sorry, I thought it was blood moon. It's like no, that's lunar.
Yeah,
I actually came across one in the wild yesterday.
I know.
A skull merchant.
They're so
Nice.
rare. I always
I
feel
know.
like, yeah, when I
Like
see one,
who's this?
yeah, I feel like I have to do a documentary every time I see one. There in the wild.
I like went around the corner. I was like, "There's a drone here.
What's this?
What is
The
this?"
rare specimen.
And then there's some cool badges. Avella's got a badge, Spirit's got a badge. There's a cute little blood pup bag along with, killer weapons and some charms. I think the next thing we should talk about, well, we've been grinding to get everything. Are we having fun, guys?
Okay, can I say something on the killer side? I know y'all
Yes,
primarily play Survivor. So
go,
before we start ranting about the Survivor side, I'm gonna rant about the killer side. It
go.
is so freaking boring. This event is so boring
Yeah.
as killer. What does the killer do? Kicks gens. That is it. Kicks blood gens. I mean, I know they like updated it to include, the killer power and perks and
Hmm.
all that. That's great. But there's nothing special for the killer to do that you don't already do
Yeah.
in a regular match. And as a killer player, I just find this event extremely boring. And I try to be a nice killer, But there's also just a lot of people, and I don't think this is just the Blood Moon event, but like giving up and things like that, not playing very smart on both sides. I'm not a fan of this event, but especially just like as the killer, there's nothing special. The killer can't. I wish there was something the killer could do to like the actual pumps, maybe like
Yeah.
damage them or something. I don't know, but even that's still kind of the same as gin kicking. So I wish there was something more to the killer side because I think it is just so boring, and maybe that's why we are having such a bad experience. I don't know on the survivor side. But as far as killer, yeah, I'm ready for this event to be over. There's nothing killer wise that makes me want to play this event.
I was curious what it was like on that side, and now I know.
It's the same as it always
Yeah,
is,
it's there's nothing
there's
different.
yeah, it's just I mean, again,
Kind
like
of
I said,
sucks.
they updated it because last year the blood gens didn't vibe with some of the killer powers and some of the like perks that are gen related, like gen kick perks. So now those work with the blood gens. So I guess that's good. But it's just boring. Like, why would you play this? I mean, except for blood point bonus. I mean, there is a blood point bonus on both sides. That's really the only reason to play killer in the Blood Moon events. So we
Yeah.
can talk about the other side now.
Yeah, Morbid, what about you?
Survivor
Since you main Survivor, give me your take.
I feel okay, so when I did play with you guys, it felt very sweaty.
Hmm.
I just feel like there's, at least for me, I always feel like I'm getting tunneled. I'm always like, I'm a victim. But I just felt like there wasn't really, I wasn't able to do much for like the event. I mean, you just fill up the blood gens, but I feel like the killers were just like, all right, let's murder everybody and move on. I didn't feel like I was part of an
Hmm.
event. I just felt like it was a normal game with extra steps. And I haven't enjoyed it as much as maybe in the past, like when it was, well, I guess it hasn't really changed much. But yeah, I didn't have as much fun as I usually do. And it just was kind of like, meh, like it was fine.
Yeah, I agree. I think that with the change for, okay, killers, you got what you wanted, your powers and you have perks interact with the blood gens. Can you all stop running the same gen slowdown build or hex build? Everyone's doing the same thing. All the matches have ruin. I feel like it's old school, so it's not like we don't know how to counter it, but it really does feel like old school, like ruin builds, because everyone's doing either a gen slowdown or a hex build.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, you do you, but that also kind of gets super boring. Like I know everyone's excited, like last year you couldn't do that, so everyone's excited to do these gen slowdown builds, but it also gets kind of boring on our side where it's like, okay, it's the ruin build, okay, it's the hex build, okay, they're doing pentimento.
It's not even ruin. I'm about to advocate that we need to nerf Thrill to Hunt. I am so
Yeah.
done with Thrill to Hunt, the slowdown of cleansing totems. Okay,
Hmm.
so I played solo yesterday.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I'm the only one that experienced this. I went against a Sadako with a hex build with Thrill and Face the Darkness, so she would injure everyone. Well, with Face the Darkness, different survivors scream I'd have to look at the number 20, 25 seconds,
Yeah.
whatever it is. So basically, we can never cleanse any of the totems ever. And it was just miserable. It was a very, very evil build that you can
Yeah.
definitely pull off with Sadako because she could just teleport
Zoom around the map, yeah.
with her TVs. And yes, I agree with Morbid. It has been like extremely sweaty and just kind of miserable to play. If it wasn't for like the blood point incentive
Hmm.
and of course the cosmetics, getting the trinkets and all that to buy the cosmetics and stuff, like it's just not a fun event. It's not as fun as other events they have. And I really think I'm hoping next year they just do something different or
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what they should change. I haven't really thought that deep into like what could they do different. It's just but I feel like eventually they're gonna have to revamp this event because it's gonna get stale and boring. And that's kind of what they do. Like I imagine the anniversary event this year is gonna be different because they talked about phasing it out, right? So, I mean, I don't hate the concept, but it's just not implemented very well, and it's just not fun. And it's only, again, on the Survivor side. A Survivor, I agree with what you said, more. You said very well. It's like we're playing the regular game, but with extra stuff. Like now we got to find a blood pump, and we don't know where they are. And we're going to get to this RNG of all that. But like, it's like you have to find the blood pumps because they're different than the gens, the gen RNG. And then it's like, and then you have to like walk over there. If you run, you lose blood. If you run, it makes, big puddles. And so I've seen a lot of survivors, and I did this a little bit at the beginning too, running like fixated so you could walk a little bit faster with the gen can. Like fixated sprint burst has been very popular on the survivor side. Playing killer, I've noticed that survivors just trying to get the blood can to the blood gen
As
without
soon
losing
as
too
quickly
much
as
blood.
possible, yeah.
Yeah, and so it is like extra steps. And I mean, the only positive I figured out finally, like halfway through the event, is that I could blast mine and blood gen.
Mm-hmm. Which has
I'm
been
a little
fun.
bit happier.
Yeah,
A little bit happier. Not very, but a little bit more.
I mean, it's a little something, right?
At the end of the day, when you get that blast mine off, you feel like you won.
I chuckle every time
Yeah.
it goes off. I feel
does
so
make me happy.
accomplished.
That's
I will
always
say
fun.
getting blast mine up is faster with the blood gen because it fills that blast.
It fills up,
faster
yeah.
than the seconds you have to do on a regular gen.
So a positive in the world of sweaty DVD. But yeah,
One enjoyment that doesn't help us get out in any way.
I've gotten out once today, and Mocking's gotten out twice. And mine was
Twice. I thought you got out twice. Did we get out at the beginning?
no, I died trying to get you. It's okay.
That's right.
You were worth
Thank
it.
you.
You're welcome.
Was that the spring trap? Yeah, that was
Yes,
the spring trap.
the one I hate.
I did it for you.
I did.
He was the new string trap
Man,
player that I ran around a pallet while y'all did a gen and opened the doors. So I do appreciate it.
yeah, like, and we were all up. Like, I feel like we could have gotten that 4-man out. It just didn't work out. Like, anyways, yeah,
Us a duo and then like two randoms. Because I think the other two were not playing together. So, I mean, you do what
it's
you
hard.
can with
Yeah,
no communication with the other players.
it's okay. But you did mention something, so I want to welcome you guys to our new segment called "What the fuck is up with that?" where we talk about things and we wonder behavior, what the fuck is up with that? And the thing that we're going to talk about for this event is A, behavior, what the fuck is up with blood pump RNG? So, if you have been on any social media or watching any streamers, this has been a complaint from everybody. The blood pump RNG is horrid. They're either not anywhere near blood generators, they're all on one half of the map, or they're all together. We've had plenty of matches where we couldn't find one, and we all were like, okay, all the blood pumps are a corner on shack. So, of course, the killer is just staying by the blood pumps, and that's how, like, people are going down. We've had many matches on the Resident Evil map where they were all on one side of the building and the blood pumps were on another. So, yeah. So, what do you guys think? What the fuck is up with blood pump RNG?
Really bad coding? I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah.
it's so bad because you would think they would have somewhat of a similar RNG to like the killer power stuff, like Sadako's TV, Spring Trap Doors.
Yeah.
Like they're all kind of based around gens. Like there's usually one of those per like gen almost. Now I know there's not as many blood pumps, but still like yeah, you would think the RNG would be better. Now there have been times like we played one round earlier where there was one pump, your one gen or blood gen. So I'm like that works out. But like overall, it's just not really clear where they're gonna be at and where they're gonna spawn. And it would be nice if it not like super predictable, but just knowing that like there should be like if you're on a split map like RPD, that there's gonna at least be like two on this side and two on the other.
Yeah.
Something like that. A more even spread. Because yeah, on a map like that, with especially RPDs indoor, there's hallways, there's closed spaces. Like you're not going to be able to openly like sneak over to the other side very easily, right?
Mm.
Unlike more open outdoor maps, where if that was the case, maybe it would be easier. But still, it's like, why are we making survivors cart these
Yeah, right.
ends so far?
I agree.
Sometimes, but not all the time, because sometimes they are close, but sometimes they're not. But a
Sometimes
lot of
who
times they're
knows
not.
where they are.
It's
Yeah,
just like all over the place, and I don't get it.
it's been kind of awful. Again, we've had matches where we're like in the swamp and we're like, where are all the blood pumps? Literally all four were in one corner. They form like a little L in the corner. I'm like, here they are,
They'll be like in the middle where they
all grouped up in the middle, all in a little row. It's been really, we had several matches where we're like, man, screw it. I'm just gonna do regular gens. Let's pressure out the regular gens first, and then we'll see if we can do the blood pumps. Like you really have to look and see where they are. But yeah, the RPD one, when they were on the opposite side, luckily the killer, which was the one, Vecna, ended up liking us and we got to finish and we got out. Because we were running around on one side, we're like, there's nothing over here. There's nothing over here. There are three blood generators over here, and all the pumps are on the side where the regular gens were. I know a lot of people have been complaining about that, and I don't remember this being that way from last year. I feel like there was a much better spread last year, so I have no idea what changed.
You would think, now I don't do any game programming, but I know they've kind of talked about being able to code things and not be as close together, like coding so that in RNG you don't get so much, like the gens are not all in one area. So you think they would have coding to be like no more than like two pumps can
Mhm.
be together, right? There have to be a certain distance apart, so that they're not all clumped together. I don't know why it's like three. It always seems like there's three at least that are like really close together. And then there might be one far off in the
Mm,
distance. Like we had a match on one of the core maps, and I was like, there is one close to this blood gem, but this is like the only one where it's
mm,
close. Like,
Yeah.
and that doesn't really help overall. And then we were on in another match, and like we got down to like the last gen, but I got the blood pump and it's on the opposite side of the map and there's no blood pumps
mm,
by that last blood gen. So it's just like, why are we carting all of these cans? And then if you run, you lose blood. So it's like,
mhm.
why bother? I should just do a regular gen.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I played. I struggled so hard to find them. And then I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do regular gens because I give up.
Well, it's
I
like
know it.
also
I wish.
once you find them, they're all in the same spot. You're like, guys, I found them. They're all
They're
lined
all
up in a row.
They're all at the
I
back.
so I wish the map. So with this event, they have that special map that you can get on the blood web. I wish that map would show you where the blood pups
Hmm.
were. I wish it was more connected. I think it shows you like injured survivors and it shows you like the windows and vaults like a regular map. But I wish it would show you where the pumps were. And I tried
Yeah.
running Boon Illumination and it does not
It
show
doesn't do
you
it,
where the
yeah.
pumps are. So it will show you the gens, but not
Yeah.
the pumps. I was really hoping like maybe this would help the team doesn't because it doesn't show the pumps.
You're like,
So
never mind.
I was trying to figure out like how can we easily find the pumps kind of at the beginning of the match or at some,
Yeah.
just figure out the layout of the map where the gens are, where the pumps are. But there's really no way to figure that out. So I wish they would update the map maybe to do that. To be like reveal the pumps to you.
That would be
Make
a
boom
good
or
thing,
include boom
yeah.
illumination, I guess, to show the pumps. But then everyone's gonna run boom. Well, I
Well,
mean, it's not like it's super strong,
Yeah.
but
I mean, this year
it,
I feel like the killers got all their perks work with the gens, and then this all the survivors stuff that go with gens, and they don't work. So I'm like, can we just have all the perks work with everything? So we're all somewhat even playing field?
I ran the thought just now. What if they modified Survivor so when you're carrying a blood can, you automatically walk faster?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You have a
Okay.
speakers like fixated. Give everyone fixated only when they're carrying the can.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I know some people like, well, then everyone will just be carrying a can. But I mean, if you run with it, you run out of blood. Like, I don't think it'd be overpowered. Like, just make it fixated. And then survivors will stop running fixated because, again, as killer, I've seen that a lot of people running that with sprint burst, kind of that build with vigil, sprint burst,
Yeah.
fixated
Which
because
then gets boring
they
because
want,
everyone has the same thing.
yeah. But they're trying to, and I get it because they're trying to like not run with the can, especially since they have to take it across the map apparently because the pumps are on one side. Like they got to make the epic like journey
I
across
know.
this like minefield with a killer trying to get them.
I feel like I'm in Oregon Trail, but with like a serial killer.
I went to find a
Pretty
pump and
cool.
I got dysentery.
And then I died.
Well, I think like since we're kind of on, what we want to see for the future, I do like the idea of having the maps reveal the pumps to you. I also think they should find a way to maybe merge this with the 2v where maybe instead of having everyone with all these perks, right? Because it's a problem, go do the classes. Give us the classes. Why can't we have the classes in here for the
I think that's
event?
a good idea.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, 2v8, I think it'd be interesting, I think.
I mean, it doesn't have to be 8 players. It can just be the 4. But give us the classes for this event as well. Then you're not
Yeah.
worrying about what perks interact with what. We can have the classes and maybe have some interesting. The classes can also be different related to the event. Maybe you have one class that can see the pumps. Maybe you have one class that walks faster when they're holding the cans. Maybe you have a class that, does something else. Maybe do something like that. Have specific classes for this event. You all know we love the classes. And then that takes away those sweaty builds in regards to survivor side, everyone running the run fast builds, and then killer side, all the hex builds. So I feel like they need to figure something out. But I agree with the maps. I do think they have to do something about these pumps. And then I personally would love to have a class system with the Blood Moon to make things a little more interesting. And I think you also need, if the survivors have to do something, the killers have to do something. I think they should be able to either destroy the blood pumps or have some additional step they need to do. Or maybe throwing this out there, what are the blood pumps, how are they being filled? Maybe there's like a valve or something on the map where they can turn off the pumps. And we would have to go turn it back on or something like that?
That or what if the killer had to collect blood and put it like in their own pump or mechanic? Kind of like it made me think of Oni, like Oni collects blood, like kind of give that to killer that either when they hit survivors and hook survivors, kind of like to the anniversary event where you get like when the survivors stun the killer, they get like the orbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like something like that. Like the killer needs something else to do. And then the killer would also not be guarding the pups, right? The killer has something else to do. Like if they collected blood, or maybe they steal blood from the pumps and they
Or
can
the
put it
gens.
or the gens and like maybe they have their own special like pump or something that they deposit the blood in and then when they do that
They get a buff.
maybe they get a buff, a special ability, maybe they become undetectable or something
Yeah.
Oh,
like
that'd be
that.
scary.
Something fun. I think
Right.
undetectable is always
Yeah.
like a fun thing and I don't think it's overpowered
Yeah.
usually. So it's like give an incentive for the killer to make a trek across the map and not like if they're not going to fix the blood pump RNG, like have an incentive for them not to stick around there. But there needs to be some changes for next year. This is, I think, again, an event that's the same, pretty much the same for several years. It's going to get stale, and
Yeah.
everyone's complaining about the blood pumps and RNG, and they're already having to give like a big blood point multiplier for people to play this event, which I think speaks volumes.
Yeah,
Like
it's huge.
how well this is being received.
Yeah. I think it would be cool if they did something that actually involved the moon.
Right.
Like
Well,
something like just like
Besides
whether
blood.
Yeah, like whether, I don't know,
Maybe like the Halloween event where you actually have to maybe go into another realm and you're on the moon.
yeah, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, I
Or
don't know,
maybe,
something that like affects like I don't know, there's like a solar eclipse or lunar eclipse or something and like
Ooh.
messes with stuff. And
yes. Okay. The killer deposits blood and it does something like that, like makes it darker or makes it red, like a red haze, makes it
or like some kind
create.
of
Kind of like in the dredge when you, yeah, the dredge when you go into Nightfall.
Yeah, dredge, but I don't want it to be that dark. But like
yeah,
something like that, like change the environment. Like maybe it is super foggy, maybe like this red fog, and maybe there's like a red tint, kind of like Vecna the first, like the when he's in World Breaker mode, like it's all red. Like kind of take a couple of these concepts from the killers and combine them to do something with the atmosphere of the map. They just need to do something a little more unique. Like I think the pumps were unique initially, but I feel like they're just causing more issues now than
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, I definitely agree with that. I do like the idea because you could have that. So if there was some type of moon phase, think about it. It could be one for the killer where they would get a buff, and then if the survivors are able to pull one off, it'd be one for the survivors and maybe they get a buff. So
yeah.
it's constantly you're doing stuff to switch the blood moon phase to get your buff as well, which would be interesting because,
I like
man,
I like
yeah,
that idea because then you have like the survivor and the killer like kind of
yeah,
battling over
battling it out,
this
the moon phases.
Phase.
Yeah,
See who like gets whatever thing that, they
yeah.
figure out.
Take notes, behavior.
Or just something
These are solid ideas.
just yeah, something to like make it more fun and different. And
I agree. I agree. So, thank you for listening to our first segment of What the Fuck Is Up with That? What the fuck is up with that thing? There you go. If anyone, yeah, if anyone has any ideas of some other What the fuck is up with that he wants to talk about, please let
and
us
people are just gonna be
know.
like, "What? WTF?
Yeah,
WTF?"
WTF,
Like everyone's
be
gonna be
all
like
white.
listing killers.
WTF distortion, WTF dead hard. I'm just trying to killer perspective. We always try to think from the other side, guys. Some things that have gotten us through this event, besides playing together and grinding to try to get this stuff, because being miserable is so much better when you're with a friend. Mocking and I have been discovering different techs. They're a little OP, they're kind of really powerful, but we wanted to let you guys know about them. So the first one, especially with the new map that came out, the Trickster map, which is in the Sleepless District realm, there's the club, there's bars, and there's a shop. Well, guys, I think we perfected the bar tech and the shop tech, meaning that when the killer is tunneling, we just go to the bar and start bartending, or we go to the shop and start acting like a little shopkeeper. And so far on the Trickster map, we have 100% gotten out when we've done this. The Trickster map, yes,
Stores. You can go to your
there's the market.
There's a lot.
I did have a beautiful date with a nurse. And the nurse was playing really well, and it got down to us, and we decided to be cute. And I took her into the shop. I led her to the shop that Mocking was in, and then I started to buy her stuff. Then we went on a date in the market, and then we danced at the club. And I tried to go in for a kiss, but she hit me. Respectfully, I get it. Maybe it was too much too soon.
too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, but it was still a lovely date. She hasn't called. So maybe it was not just meant to be, but I thought I bought her shoes at the market and we had some dim sum. So that's all I'm saying, guys.
That is beautiful.
It was really beautiful. She really liked those shoes. But yeah, so we've been doing a lot of bartending. I think more than actually playing in this event, we've bartended and done the shop stuff so much more than we probably.
Yeah, Dead Dog is also another good
Yes,
option. I won over a killer.
yes.
I
You
was
did
like,
win
"Here,
over
look
the
at you
killer
go."
there. He purposely killed everybody else and then she was able to get out. And then the other one is just generally being cute on the RPD where the gens, blood gens, and pumps were on opposite sides. And we were about to go down. It ended up being just me and Mocking again. He was chasing me out by the door. And by this time, I had just given up. So I did cute tech, where, of course, you slap their butt and then you just hide in. And it worked. So he decided that I was adorable and let us finish the gens and then got out and opened the door for us like a true gentleman. So if you are having really bad matches and you happen to know there's a bar or shop, try that out. If not, cute tech is a little more risky because you have to go up and slap their butt. But if you slap their butt and you hide in them, you never know what's going to happen. Maybe it's the start of a beautiful relationship like me and the one had. And again, another killer that hasn't called me back, so maybe it's a me thing. I don't know. But you could try these and you could see how they work. So, some ways to have fun when everyone's being tunneled and slugged and you're just trying to hang on to the last thread of your sanity before you spiral.
Right, before you just lose it all.
Who else have we run over? We can typically do it with trappers. I was surprised
I've
with
done
the
one with
nurse.
Nemi.
Yeah, we've done multiple with Nimi. Maybe we did one Michael. Some of the Michaels have been super. I would say we've had so many Michael matches and they've all been absolutely
Michael has
terrifying.
been next.
Yeah, some of them have been fun, some have been absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, because I will die and then you guys will have all the fun. And I feel like the Michaels, they're not like all nice. So yeah.
You never know. But it's like you can't do bar tech or store tech or cute tech too early, right? Because then they'll be
Yes.
like, you have to like gauge it when it's like really dire circumstances. So, but that's how we've been surviving. Does anyone want to add? Like, we're also just a head ups. We're gonna try. I know we've been gone for like a hot minute, and thank you to the one people who've been commenting saying you miss us. It makes us all warm and fuzzy on the inside. Life has been super crazy and stressful, and a lot of stuff going on lately. So we've just been here supporting each other, as friends. And believe me, we've sat down to record many times, and we were like, "Do you guys want let's play something?" We've been doing a lot of Sun Haven, trying to play chill games. It's been so nice.
Well,
Um,
we have been playing Chill together while I have 100%ed Resident Evil Requiem.
yes, we lost Mocking to Resident Evil Requiem.
It
This
was
is
like
true.
the best because I loved it. I loved it. I don't usually 100% games, but I did, and I'm excited. Next month we should get the mini game,
Whoop whoop.
and later this year we'll get the story expansion DLC. So I don't know if we're getting the Mercenaries mode, which is what's in Resident Evil 4 and 7 and 8. It's also an 8, which is basically you play as different characters and there's rounds and you just try to survive as long as possible against hordes of enemies. So, but it might be something different. I don't know. So, anyway, that's what we did. We have been playing Sun Haven as a group as our chill game, but I haven't been playing chill games by myself. I just started The Evil Within, which is not a chill game either.
No, but you like those games, so I've
I do like
started.
those
Yeah,
games.
I've been doing more Baldur's Gate 3 runs just to have fun. Been doing modded runs, and with our other collective lovely ladies, we've been doing Sunhaven at least once a week. So we've been doing some other things, but the plan is we do want to come back. We personally felt like there wasn't tons of stuff going on in the DBD community that was super interesting to cover. Plus, there's a lot of content creators out there for DBD, and most of them are covering all that stuff really well. So that we didn't really feel compelled to put out some episodes, despite you guys being like, "We want your opinion." I know you get it, but we're gonna try to we want to do more content, but maybe in more bite-sized pieces. So that's our plan. Let us know if that's something that you like, if there's something you want us to cover, something maybe bite-sized. You're like, "Hey, can you guys cover this?" We'll be happy to. We are also still going through the game that Mocking is playing that totally slipped my mind right now? Someone help me.
Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill
Yes.
2. So we are
We
still
did
doing that.
recently put out
Mhm.
on.
We do have an episode of that up on the YouTube. So feel free to go and check that out, have some snacks and chill. But we are officially back and going to be producing some more content. But we really would like to know what you guys would like, what type of content you would like us to do, because we're trying to find inventive ways to talk about DVD and maybe stuff going on in the community. Yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on, where we've been, what we've been doing. So we miss y'all, and we're happy to be back recording and look forward to some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about and doing. But is there anything you guys want to add in regards to the Blood Moon event?
I would be glad when it's over.
Yeah.
2v8's coming at the end of the month, so
Woo
after,
woo.
I know it's not Blood Moon
Yes.
related, but upcoming that we may not talk about because I don't think a lot's changing. But if you're sick of this event, 2v8's coming out at the end of the month. So that will probably be, I'll probably take a break after this event's over, and I've been helping Queen grind and the event. Like once we're done grinding, I'll probably take a break and then be
Well,
back.
well, guess
I feel
what?
like that's what I've been doing lately.
We're done. You helped me. I got my Arella outfit.
Right.
I don't need Nurse's weapon.
Well, Morbid's here now. We might have to help Morbid.
That is true.
You're lucky I love you when we've been friends for like 30 years. So
You're like, otherwise,
you're welcome.
Yes, I'm going to Baldur's Gate 3.
yes,
Yeah, because I can kiss people in Baldur's Gate 3.
that is true. You can't really kiss people in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried. I've tried. Oh, I would love to throw little kisses out at killers.
Do a little heart with your hand.
Oh, yeah, or little hearts above your head. Yeah, I would do it to everyone but Springtrap and Ghoul. You all know what you did. You all know. But yeah, that's what we have so far, guys. So thank you for listening and tuning in. Please let us know the kind of topics you want to, hear about or have us discuss. And that's it. I'm trying in my head. Let me see if I remember our little outro.
Yeah.
We want to wish you a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are. And bye.
Bye.
Bye.